Yesterday, Devon Larratt, who was the strongest 49-year-old arm wrestler, turned 50. And now, he is the strongest 50-year-old arm wrestler in the history of arm wrestling. And that title is going to stay with Devon for a very long time. Unless someone like Brian Shaw becomes the champ after 7 years when he'll be 50, or Levan Saginashvili continues to dominate for 14 more years until he's 50, or maybe Vitaly becomes and stays the champion around that age. All of these things are highly unlikely to happen. So it's most probable that Devon will hold that title of the strongest 50-year-old arm wrestler ever for at least 1 decade, and maybe even more. Or maybe Michael Todd somehow manages to defeat Devon. In that case, that title will belong to Michael. Anyways, Ian Valliere, the bodybuilder, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing his name correctly or not, he broke his arm against Devon about 13 years ago. So Ian recently visited Devon's house and there they discussed a lot of important things. Both of the videos that have been put out from that collaboration are awesome. Usually I don't really get excited for podcasts because it's literally my job. I have to watch 2-3 of them every single day and take notes. But this one was really awesome. I really enjoyed that. Ian discussed his arm break and how he recovered from that, because that's one popular question in the arm wrestling community, especially amongst the guys who have recently started arm wrestling. That fear is always in almost everyone's mind. What happens if I break my arm? Will it hurt? How much will it hurt? Until when it will hurt? And will I ever be able to return back to the table? Ian answered all of these questions in detail. He also told Devon that the only arm wrestling match he has lost was against Devon himself, in which he broke his arm. And he has beaten guys like Sebum and many other strong bodybuilders. Then they discussed a balance between working out with great form, great technique, everything scientific, and just going all out like old school bodybuilders, Arnold and Ronnie Coleman, like how these guys used to work out. Ian said that the ideal workout strategy has to be somewhere between these two, and surprisingly he's following arm wrestling very carefully. He buys all the pay-per-views, watches all of the matches, and is up to date about what's going on in the arm wrestling community. And then later, Devon put Ian through his arm wrestling training routine. Usually I have criticized Devon's coaching, Devon's training a lot, probably more than any other YouTuber out there. But this time, I really liked what I saw. So maybe it's just the way Devon says things, because in this video he was speaking less and showing more. Instead of just verbally or maybe even physically demonstrating a couple of exercises, this time he put Ian through his entire workout. Maybe it took 30 to 45 minutes. Maybe even an hour, and I really liked it. I'll try to show you the screenshots of all of the exercises that they did, but after watching this video, you can guess that it's not just 1-inch micro movements that Devon does or asks these other arm wrestlers, newcomers, to do. He in fact does a lot more than that. Unfortunately, that type of stuff was not shown in the Brian Shaw collaboration. We didn't get to see any full workout from Devon like this. If he did that, then people would have appreciated his training, his coaching more. Anyways, I just wanted to say that because whenever I see something wrong, I criticize that, but whenever I see something positive, I have to make mention of that as well. Devon was talking with Neil Pickup over the phone, and he was saying that he doesn't think it would be a wise choice for Vitaly to accept this match. But still, he's fully prepared. He is ready to destroy Vitaly in August if the opportunity arrives. And then he also revealed that he will be going for Levan Saginashvili for the third and possibly the last time in 2026. So looks like Devon is confident that up until then, maybe more than a year later, still there would be no one else who can defeat Devon except Levan Saginashvili, and he will be the true contender for the #1 title shot in the world. He was saying he will be going for Levan. Looks like he isn't expecting Hermes to do anything against Levan in their upcoming match. But maybe that's not completely right. He said as good as Levan Saginashvili is, Hermes Gasparini is a massive threat to him. But for most of the arm wrestling community, even if you have like 15-20% chances against Levan, then that would be considered as a massive threat considering how good Levan really is. What are your thoughts about this? Mention in the comments, like the video, and I'll see you again.